Here. What have you done?
What have I done?
Did you figure it out?
No, I'm going to turn it off.
You just have to turn it off?
Yeah. It's cool because it gives you all these extra stats, but then I never know exactly what I did to make it happen. So it always takes me a while to stumble around and turn it off.
Did you figure it out?
So
though?
no, I'm not going to because we're live now and I'm a professional.
Oh my God, we are live right now. I didn't even realize. I'm glad you said something. I had no idea. I was about to throw out something completely inflammatory, but I'll hold it back.
Thank you.
I'll hold it back.
Wow. Pocket's joined already.
Wonderful
we got
to
a lot
see
of people
you.
here already.
Miravel, LG, how's it going? Good to see you all. It is Thursday evening once again, and per usual, ish around 5:30
ish.
We are going to start with the About Beverages podcast. I'm Andrew.
I'm Keith.
And we've got
welcome to the show.
We have a lot of beverages today that we're like we're going to be a little waterlogged.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going for here.
A lot of bubbles.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of bubbles going on. Baker, it is good to see you as well. Good to see everybody here in chat. This one is like what we're going to kind of just jump into here and just like literally start tasting as we start talking.
Right.
This is kind of a little bit of a wild card. We just happen to be tasting these because it's going to tie into a beverage later on in the evening when we have our mixed cocktail.
This is part of our cocktail.
This was like your idea at the last minute. What happened exactly?
I was intrigued, and we always like to, there's a price difference between these two things here.
Okay.
I don't know if they're exactly the same ounces, so we'd have to check that. But roughly, one of them, what was on sale was $150, and the other one was $450. And so I just thought. I was really intrigued by the ingredient list on one of them. You probably could.
That's probably got to be this one, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay.
Water, Himalayan salt.
Oh.
That's it.
Okay.
So
that's actually the name of the guy that works there is Himalayan salt.
Himalayan salt. Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Himalayan over there. What do you got?
Himalayan down. He's tired.
He's laying down some salt. I have not heard that one in a while.
But I don't think it's a huge part of. I mean, it's part of the recipe, but it's not going to be probably just there to give a little fizz, a little bubble. But I was like, you know what? Let's try a couple of club sodas side by side because I never know. You got club soda, you got seltzer, you got all these different things, sparkling waters, all this stuff. But so these actually both have sodium in them. So
yeah, sodium bicarbonate,
but one of them
potassium sulfate though,
but just has the Himalayan salt.
What will that add to the party? What will that bring to the party? Exactly.
So we thought we'd try them.
Crocodile, good evening to you as well. So yeah, we're going to try both of these, and like I said again, later on in the evening we'll be making a mixed drink with the liqueur that we're going to have, exclamation point beverage, which LG already did in chat. If you want to know all the crazy things that we're having. And then after these waters, we're going to have more waters, but they're going to have some flavor in them.
Right.
Part of the new mixed pack that's out at either back out at Costco or at Costco now. It's Waterloo has peach.
A new one. Okay.
Blackberry lemonade, which is one of the ones we're going to have, and then cherry limeade.
Okay.
So we're going to taste those. Which one do you want me to pour first?
Probably that one, because that's the more, I think,
run of the mill.
No? Yeah, give it a. Yeah,
that's what that motion was.
You've got all this. All this equipment's covered. Splash zone here, or no splash zone. There we go. Oh, that's.
It said it was done. That's just silly.
They tease you sometimes.
They did. This thing is stupid. Damn water.
Watch it. Still might catch you.
Are we kidding? Are you kidding?
No.
What is with this thing?
That's
I hate club soda.
Even those others, they'll even like the Trader Joe's sparkling water will bubble. Not in perpetuity, but for a while.
I think it might be in perpetuity. Dear God.
It's the continuous carbonation source down there at the bottom. Oh, that's
fine. It is what's down there. Yeah.
That's why I paid extra for that. Oh, wait, no. Did I pay extra for that one? For that one?
You said one of them was practically double.
One of them was, well, at this point, triple.
At this point?
Well, because I got one of them on sale.
That is the most ridiculous amount of carbonation I have ever seen. Premature sparkling buildup? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna have, once I pour these, I'm going to go grab a towel. I literally did spill stuff.
The actual, the Trader Joe's sparkling water, which is one of three things featured on our most watched video ever.
Oh, is it actually on there? How come you didn't buy that one?
Well,
we could have tied it in.
But that's right. It's on our one that's got the most views, the Trader Joe's sparkling water.
That does. Is that one on there? I don't remember. I honestly don't remember what's on there.
It is. And what I was going to say,
you keep talking. I'm going to go grab a towel.
I'll tell. So Trader Joe's carries their sparkling waters in their 42.3 ounce bottles. We have the plain. We have several different flavors, but we have not had the plain now for, I'd say, at least 2 months, because we had to recall it all because it had been over pressurized, and they have not figured out how to get the right amount of pressure in the plane. We have all the flavors still, but not the plane. So
so the plane is the only one that's overpressurized.
Overpressurized, yeah. Too much carbonation. Carbonation. What just happened is he hits the keyboard. All these commands.
No, see, I switched it over to the other computer, which is off right now. So now it's like basically like turning off my computer.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
There's no off position on the Genius switch, as David Letterman always used to say.
Definitely have to watch out with that one too.
No, that one should be fine.
Club soda and lime. Isn't this Michael Corleone's drink though, isn't it? When he's in Havana.
Is it just lime and
club soda?
Hey, Kriza, how's it going? Good to see you. Using the old noggin. I try every once in a while. Normally we don't start out quite this bland, but this is going to tie into a beverage that we're doing later.
Well, the beverage was bland, but there was entertainment. There was like a Bellagio.
There was a Bellagio
type
fountain.
of experience.
And we'll get
here.
to do it here again in a moment. I cannot believe how much carbonation is in there.
Yeah.
That was
and this
ridiculous.
one actually says max carbonation.
Jesus Christ.
Carefully crafted.
How is
this one does?
Okay. So what was this one? If this one says low carbonation.
Well, this is 10.
I'm going to literally go outside with this with a camera.
This is up to 11.
Is that 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it up to 11.
Oh my God. All right.
We've carbonated it up to 11.
All right. We've carbonated. Okay.
Let's
get to the tasting part here.
Max carbonation.
All right. I don't smell anything. No. It's weirdly tastes flat.
Flat and a little chalky.
Yeah,
almost.
there's almost something like
dries you out.
Yeah, it's with salt, maybe.
Probably.
I like that. I want fizziness to make me cry. Popping champagne, but it's water. It could be club soda, the champagne of waters.
Sports teams are going to start celebrating now with Schweppes club soda.
God dang it! No.
They'll shake them up.
That's got to be one of the things. Like excited as you are to win a championship, you're parched. You're just literally just all wrung out, and they're like, "Here, have some champagne." It's probably not one of your favorite things. The champagne of water is an amazing slogan. I know. Again, right off the top of my head,
champagne of water,
right there. It's fine. I honestly, what am I thinking of? Is it tonic? Tonic has a flavor to it.
Tonic does, yeah.
Okay. I was kind of expecting like something.
Tonic has the bitter and also usually has sugar or some sort of sweetener. So you've got
first
both
you
of
get
those
the
things.
sugar.
First you get then you get the quinine.
It surprisingly doesn't seem very bubbly.
Well, because it's
wasted all still in here.
Yeah,
it's
wasted all its bubbles.
It may have. It wasted all the. It did not wait for the showstopper. It started with the showstopper, unfortunately. Wait, you're thinking that explains the smoke near your? That's yes, yeah. If you're seeing any smoke coming out, it's because I've actually thought of like two things already. Guardian down. It's very true. No, it's all the carbonation is all over me. Exactly, Lady Gamer.
Can we 100%. Retrieve the carbonation? Can we harvest it?
Ladies, if you're looking to retrieve the carbonation, it's all on my shirt. No, please. Oh man, did you see the clip I put up on Twitter? Did you get to see?
I saw there was clip. I did not watch it though, because we must have been singing 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Oh, Debo's here.
How's it going? Good to see you. Gives everyone a glass of Angel's Envy. Again, he did this. I was popped into another stream. He was in there doing stuff and things. I got a glass of Angel's Envy when I was in there.
Okay.
I'm still wiping up here.
Yeah.
Shirt should probably say more carbonate.
Yes.
Yeah. More.
I need more carbonation.
All right.
I'm
so
Bruce
let's see
Dickinson.
if this one we can actually get spectacular club soda. Yep. As much carbonation as possible and a dash of Himalayan salt to make everything you mix with it even tastier. Make your favorite drink even better. I'm going to guess this is the more expensive one.
It is the more expensive
just because it's literally in glass.
Yes, it's in glass. Just like a radiator, let it off and then close it again. Oh, it's already bubbling. Max carbonation. Max.
You should have opened the top faster. It blew out the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be painful. That would be some sort of boys-like wound on your leg there.
I feel this thing is about to trick me because this cap feels very loose on here, and it doesn't seem. You were scared for a second there, weren't you?
Yeah.
When you,
But it really is.
When you looked, you frightened me.
It's vigorously shooting off its bubbles. I know. I was going to say that a little dirtier, but I decided not to.
Oh, man.
We don't want to get the bends.
I don't want to get
drink
the
this very
bends.
slowly.
Any more bubbles, they're going to have to ship them to scuba. Yeah, they're going to have to send it in a scuba tank to make sure they're strong enough. All right. Oh, see, maybe the carbonation in this one will go in the glass as opposed to stay in the other vessel. So what are we talking in price difference? So we've already guessed, and this is more.
Well,
so is this like
$1.50
$1.50? This is $3 kind of thing.
$4.50.
Oh, $4.50.
And this was on sale for like 30 cents off, and that was on sale for like 40 cents.
Was
off,
this like actually like $1.50?
That should have been like $2, I think, or $1.99 and $4.79 or something like that.
Okay,
so almost three,
two and a half
$3,
times, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Will it have 2.5 times more than delicious? I don't get why some people only drink carbonated water. The alternative is still water. Sure. Excuse me. Oh, while I'm thinking of it right now. So HJ, they now make their own hop water.
Really?
Because they had been buying a ton of it. They had been buying the stuff from the person we never heard from again.
Yeah, the H2.
The guy that literally like skipped town.
Yeah.
And got quiet. But yeah, they had been buying that and it was like, oh, it's kind of expensive, whatever. And so Jay had looked up like, well, how do you do this? Because obviously with all the beer brewing and stuff that we do, like I said, he has the carbonation equipment and everything else. Yeah, he literally makes like gallons of it for like $3.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
he's like, I was shocked, and I've had it. It's delicious.
Oh wow, I'd like to try it.
It's literally as good, if not better, because it's obviously super fresh. I can't remember the gallons. When they get in chat later, we can ask. Let's say it's 2.5 gallons worth. It's like one or 2 ounces of lime juice, less if you use fresh squeezed, because that comes through a little stronger, and then it's like an ounce or less of hops and so it's like $3.5 worth of ingredients.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, because he's like, when I saw this, he's like, is this gonna be right? Maybe they're. He's like, yeah, he's like, anyone that when they're charging, he's like, they're making a killing.
Well, and and it could be because maybe they raised their prices to Whole Foods, but Whole Foods prices had actually gone up. It was like I was paying $8 for a 4-pack, and then it went up to $9, and then I haven't bought it in a while. I always liked it, and I like the tea.
I had some when it was earlier, and like the thing, and it was like hadn't been filtered quite right or had gotten shook up a little bit. But then when we were over there last weekend, H went out and got some, poured it out, and then she came in, and I was like, oh, is that the hot? I was like, oh, can I try that again? And so she poured a little glass. I was like, oh my god, this is delicious. She's like, oh, I drink like 3 or 4 of these like glasses a day because it's delicious.
Oh,
and yeah, it's literally that.
And she sleeps like a baby because of the hops. Did you try it yet?
No, I have not. Sushi, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see everybody here this evening. Why is it whenever we start out with the most boring thing on the planet?
No, it's the water. People love the sparkling water. They know.
And that was what I put in the title. I literally put a whole lot of water and a cocktail later. Yeah. I have that clip. I almost used that one today. I have 2 different clips of us where we were singing, but I didn't use them both.
Okay.
Well, there is a significant flavor difference.
There is a significant flavor difference.
You really do get like salty or something.
And
almost like
mouthfeel.
Lime, though.
This is like
I know there's a picture of a lime on there, and it's not lime in there, but there's something that's. Salt is bringing out like a little bit of citrus.
There's a little body. This is very smooth, actually.
I thought the last one seemed weirdly smooth.
I think this one's got like some.
This has more carbonation, like very light kind of bubble like carbonation, whereas this, weirdly enough, seemed flat.
And dried you out. This doesn't dry me out as much.
No.
And this has like a little bit of body to it. So
yeah, and there's less ingredients in here, actually.
Yeah. Water and Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
The secret is the Himalayan salt.
The secret is the Himalayan salt. Servings for container 3. 180 calories. That's not bad. Oh, wait.
Wait, water has calories?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay.
So the question then points to you.
Is it worth it?
Would my brother pay the extra $2 to $2.50 for this over that?
I think. Well,
probably you're going to be using it for a cocktail.
I think I would actually. It depends. We'll have to see when we make the cocktail later how much of a place this actually.
I wonder because there's not
Does.
much, like when I flip through it today, it's only like an ounce.
And if we just need some bubbly goodness, then this might do it. But this seems like it would add a nice layer of flavor. And since I won't be using very much,
And the salt
then
in
that
here,
might
if
be
that
worth it.
comes through more, is going to make everything else a
Yeah.
little tastier.
You would think so. So,
That is going to actually be interesting later. But yeah, that one is definitely better by far.
well, it's like, remember the,
How long are these last once you open them?
say,
Like carbonation wise, not like
Yeah,
the
I don't
actual
know.
water
Well,
doesn't go bad, but the
it
thing you want,
it recharges. I'm just kidding.
is there a recharger on the bottom?
Recarbonates.
It's if you put it out in the sun,
Yeah.
there's an electro.
Remember a few years ago we tried, I think we tried them side by side, the two Vino Verdes. One was
Yes.
Trader Joe's was $5 and the other was $8 at Trader Joe's.
Mhm.
And we both said, even I said that I would, although I still buy the other one. I thought the other one was $3 better.
Yeah,
Now
I
that-
almost fell out of my chair.
That price has gone up though to $10 now. I don't think it's twice as good.
Where's the other one?
Stayed the same.
$5.
5 versus 10. And
So-
so I'm like, no, and I've had people because the Trader Joe's Vino Verde is super popular. We're out of it a lot because we sell so much of it. And I'll show people, well, we have this other one here. And like, oh yeah, that one's more expensive. I said, yeah. I said, I think it's better. I said, I don't think it's twice as good. I used to say it was $3 better, but I don't think it's
That
$5
extra $2.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What if it had been $3.50?
Yeah.
About $3.50.
Where is the threshold? Where do I not? Yeah.
So then that's actually interesting. It ties into something today. So I went to Total Wine today. I had some gift cards, like I said, from birthdays and holidays and everything else. I had been storing them up for a while, wanting to make like a bigger, like not once in a lifetime, but like a bigger purchase that I normally would not make anywhere near close. They had a Whistle Pig in the case for a long while. It was a 15-year, but it was also a wasn't quite like, I mean, it was their version of a cast string. It was still like, it was not as heavy as some stuff. It was like 105 proof, but for Whistle Pig, that was a lot. And I was like, oh, I've never had one like that before. I'm going to save up and get that one. By the time I finally got back down there, it is not in the case anymore. I've been waiting now for a couple months. It does not seem like it's going to return. So I've now slowly been like, okay, well, I'm going to get a few other things that maybe I wouldn't normally get. But yeah, and some of that stuff will be on future podcasts the next, a few weeks and months. But so today, one of my choices that I had thought about, which I wound up not getting it. I picked a different Scotch, was I was looking at, which I love the Highland Park 12. It is probably one of my favorite go-to Scotches. If people, like I said, again, if you're into Scotch and like a little bit more on the smoky side, not like quite like Lafroig smoky, but like a little bit of that, I think it's still one of my favorites, still one of my everyday like go-tos. But I always, the little more pricey one is the Highland Park 18, which I've never had a bottle of. I have had some. It's delicious. It's fantastic. And I've looked at it. What's your smile?
Nothing. Just listening to the
You know
story.
where this is going?
Just listen to the
So
story.
so that one today, I was like, oh, I'm like, should I finally get one of those? I've got the gift cards for it. I could have that. That could be my bottle that I just kind of savor. I set aside. That bottle, it's $175
Okay.
for the 18. Right next to it, I see the Highland Park 12, which is $60. And I was like, is this 3 bottles better? Because in my head, I was like, I could have 3 bottles of Highland Park 12, which I absolutely love. And it's one of my favorites. Or I could have 1 bottle of this other one that I like savor for a while. And that was what literally made me step back and not buy that today. And I picked something else that was more in the Highland Park 12 range, like I said, the Jura 12, which we'll have at some point on a podcast. But yeah, like I said, that was one where it was like, wasn't even close. It wasn't like the key feels like, well, is that just a little bit better? I mean, 3 bottles. Like I literally could pretty much buy 3 bottles for the same price.
Yeah.
They also did have in the case of the Highland Park 21. That one's like $350.
Was that over the budget?
That's over the budget. Yeah. I could have bought nothing else. I showed you a bunch of the stuff that I got today.
Right.
I could have bought none of that and bought that 1 bottle.
Yeah.
So everything I bought, I still have enough gift cards to get the Highland Park if I wanted to. Like, so I
okay.
can. No, I could not believe the stack I still had that I'd been saving.
Math time for everyone.
Yeah, math time for everyone. Yeah, so I could still get that one. So I was like, but I was like, I see both of these here. They're usually not out of either one of them. So I was like, all right, well, I got to think about that. If like it's worth doing that, because again, then the other thing to factor in is even though it's like, oh, I could have 3 bottles of this other one. It's like, well, that's one I don't mind buying myself. I would never go in there to be like put down pretty much probably my own money to buy a $180 bottle of something.
Right. Okay.
So that's the interesting twist to the whole thing. I know like most people are like, look at these numbers, but that's one of the things, like I said, to look at it just based on those two things. But then the thought of like, why, if I'm at a Highland Park 12 within a little bit of time, I'd probably just go buy one. Cause I'm like, oh, I'll spend that $60 because I love that one. Yeah. But I would never go, oh, I love that one, I'm gonna spend 180, like unless I had gift cards, which I do. So it's interesting. Yeah, at least I think. All of
these decisions and what drives us and motivates us, and
carbonated Mountain Dilk, dear God,
how we rationalize.
Oh my God, please. My friend who worked in an orange soda factory said they had small boats in their factory. I heard they go sailing on the high seas. Guardian Down. Orange soda factory. Is High C technically an orange soda? What is High C? The High C fruit drink. Isn't that what they say? High C fruit drink? I think that's at least how. I think that's how the commercials used to say it. No,
Tang is the astronaut's beverage. So
I don't know why they got relegated to that. That sucks. They were like, can we not have scotch? Can we not have whiskey? Yeah, that is easily better.
We should probably get these. Well, I'm assuming we're going to use this one for our cocktail.
Might as well.
Or we could make two.
Good.
Try it with it. Good. I don't know if we need to do that. You might try the Amaro and be like, I don't want to drink anything with Amaro.
I mean, that is also I will drink the cocktail no matter what.
Okay. All right.
I am ready to make the face for the Amaro because, again, we were talking about this a little bit before. Actually, let me go put these in the fridge. I'll go grab the other waters we're actually going to have, and we'll continue the conversation. All right. I won't go to break, though, because you guys don't get to see Keith very often. So.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing for you guys, but
no, they beg for it.
We're gonna try an Amaro, which means bitter in Italian. I thought it was a specific type of thing, but Amaro is more of an umbrella term, under which Campari falls, Aperol falls. There's several different aperitifs, digestifs that fall under that Amaro umbrella. But we're going to be trying one from that Trader Joe's has put out. And Andrew heard something today that says this might even be more bitter than Campari. And if you are a frequenter around these parts, you pretty much know Andrew did not like the Campari.
Not round. Here.
Did not like the Campari whatsoever. I should have brought it over to compare it, but that didn't even enter my mind. But I guess we could do that next week.
Your face wasn't quite as disgusted for this one. Yeah. Which one you want first?
Probably the cherry limeade.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
All the success. No, that was it. I covered the little brief thing that we found out about Amaro that I thought it was a specific type of bitter. It's worth, but it actually means bitter, and it's all bitters fall under that sort of.
All bitters.
All aperitifs, digestifs can fall under that. Because then there's also flavoring bitters, which are, usually smaller, used in smaller amounts. The type of thing that we're going to have tonight, you use like shots, shots worth of quantity as opposed to a couple of drops here, like the Regan's bitters and Angostura and stuff like that.
Amaro is actually Italian for bitter. It is an Italian herbal liqueur that is commonly consumed as an after-dinner digestif. Usually has a bittersweet flavor, sometimes syrupy. Andrew doesn't like it. Oh, wait.
Andrew doesn't like it.
That's weird. It's actually in the Wikipedia. Whoever nerfed the carbonation needs to seek help. Yeah, exactly. Carbonation nursing.
Ooh, that reminds me
alcohol
of
content between 16 and 40%. The one we have today is 24, I believe.
Yep.
There's actually local varieties in Germany. There's a bunch of other I even want to search out what is the German one? You think that might be the most bitter?
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because it's from Germany.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those Germans. They're so
bitter. The most well organized, at least.
This reminds me of a popsicle from when I was in Illinois. It takes me way back. The Wayback Machine.
Yeah. Actually, I've got let's get some graphics up there. I took the time to do it. Yeah, this is in the new Costco pack. Like I said, again, they rotate through these. Usually it's, just the lime, grapefruit. It's kind of not that exciting.
Right.
So I'm glad they actually have something out there that's a little bit
mix
more
it up.
24-ish, exactly. Yeah. No, this one actually is right on the nose. Unlike our show, which sometimes starts a little before, a little after, this one is right on 24%. Is it just me, or does sparkling water goes good with some apple slices and strawberries? I mean, anything. Like if you just have plain sparkling water, then yeah, put in some sort of fruit. You could macerate it in there and just kind of get like make an actual, almost a cocktail out of it in itself. If you just got plain sparkling water, and depending on the flavor you got, you could always amp it up with more of something. Like I said, if you actually had blackberries or something like that, you could put that in here. Same thing with cherries.
It's got a good blend of the flavors. Get the cherry a little more than the lime, but then it sneaks up the lighter.
I think
note.
the lime kind of hits right at the end.
Yep.
I think it's a really good Waterloo. Like 80% of the stuff they do, I usually pretty much like it. And this pack, spoiler alert, I've liked quite a bit. Like I said, the peach is really good, which that one I've bought separately before. And like I said, these two are kind of newish. I don't know if maybe I've had the cherry limeade one separately before, but couldn't remember. No macerating. It's against terms of service. Yeah, you got to be careful with where you macerate. Exactly. Got to be just a little bit careful.
Am I blurry? Do you have the Sybil Shepherd filter on?
No, you're good right now.
No, okay, all right.
Sometimes
you look clearer than
we're
me.
always going to go a little in and out sometimes.
Okay, so you definitely look clear. Okay.
See, I always think you look clear. I always look slightly faded.
That's weird. Okay.
I think it must just be the angle of that monitor then.
Could be.
All right, Keith, buy me a bigger monitor.
Then I'll give this one to my son.
Okay, I'll trade you there. There we go. Did he not make a purchase yet?
No, not yet. He has not made a decision. It's just so weird that it just stopped working. And I asked him, I said, is that something you can like take somewhere and have him? And I guess that can probably cost more money to have somebody investigate.
Probably, unless they do a free diagnostic.
Yeah. But that just seems so weird that it just
so weird
stopped.
Yeah.
Just completely stopped.
I realized today that we had like accidentally at some point subscribed to Discovery, Paramount, and Peacock. And I never like saw anything because it was all through Amazon. So it was like a subscribe through Prime through the thing.
Oh, okay.
And so all of a sudden, like, because my wife was like, oh, I don't really want Paramount. And I was like, did we have it? She's like, well, we did like a free trial and I don't know what. I was like,
you still have it?
I was like, oh, okay. And then I had gotten, all of a sudden I got an email saying they were raising it. I was like, wait, we don't have this service. And then when I clicked on the link, it took me to Amazon Prime, like their webpage. And all of a sudden I saw like these 3 things that were all like, and they were all like $4 or $5, but like, it wasn't like ridiculous. But I was like,
right.
Well, there's $16 I'm saving. Cancel. I was like, wow, that's mildly deceptive. And before Bevy gets a 46-inch curved TV, I don't have that kind of space in here. For that. I'm not a huge fan of the curved anyway, though, too. I'd have to be sitting much closer to the monitor to be concerned with that at all.
If you got several curved TVs, you could be in the round.
It's true. They have like the ultra wide monitors that are like that are like supremely like super extra wide, and then they're like slightly curved, and they yeah.
Okay,
it's kind of funny.
So I noticed you haven't been playing Destiny. Been other things, right?
Have not, but mostly
something going on.
Mostly playing Diablo. I've just caught up.
Okay,
it's kind of a little bit of a slower season of stuff. Hasn't been actually as much to do, and then like I said, yeah, Diablo's kind of been. That's the new game that's come out that's kind of taken the world by storm. So everyone was like, you should play this. You should play it. I like I said, I've played previous Diablo games a lot, so I knew I would like this one, and it's just nice to kind of go into something different a little bit. Excited for later in the year. There's gonna be a new game from Bethesda coming out that they put out. Games like Skyrim and Blue, like they usually do kind of like medieval kind of stuff. They're putting out a space like it's called Starfield, and it's gonna be traveling to different places. So that looks really neat. And then Cyberpunk, that game that I've played a bunch before.
Oh, the Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, they're putting out a DLC that's gonna have Idris Elba in it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe Pocket might want to be interested in that game.
Does she like it?
I don't know.
Oh,
I thought maybe. It seems like every time I bring up Idris Elba, they're like, oh, like you see women just like collapse. Like,
well, there was something with him recently. Did you see that he was being interviewed by somebody? And because he's either going to be the new James Bond or in a new James Bond movie.
He might be in. I think they're going younger because that was the thing with him. Because like I was surprised at how old he actually is.
Is he in his late 40s?
Yeah. No.
Okay. No? He's older than that?
Yeah, I think he's in his 60s.
Really?
No, I'm probably way off. This happens.
That could be wrong. Maybe it was 10 years ago. I thought he was in the late 40s.
Oh, he's 50.
50. Okay. That's very late 40.
Very late 40s, mid 50s. I thought he was older than that. But yeah, there was something about Have they mentioned again they want him to be? Because he was in some sort of spy thing already.
About James Bond casting, yeah. So is there
rumors?
Go down.
Turned off from playing James Bond when it became about something. Soured on playing James Bond after it became about race. There you go.
Okay.
So he says
go down farther a little bit.
He soured on it, but he still took the job.
But he still took it. But I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
I asked for more money. I'd like money.
That he wanted to. This was 7 hours ago. He wanted to, but then he said no.
Okay. Till it became about the money. All right.
Must be the money. But yeah, I'll be playing that. Like I said, when that comes out. Unfortunately, it's always annoying when two games you're very excited for come out within 3 weeks of each other. Like, great.
Oh. Did they do that?
I have nothing to do for
they
months. And then you do this. Yeah, it's kind of about that. He went the Harrison Ford route. I mean, Harrison Ford, like, I know that new Indiana Jones came out, which, like, I've kind of seen
tonight,
some,
I think. Or
yeah, I've seen some reviews, like, saying it's okay. I don't know. To me, there's just not anything super exciting about an 83-year-old man still, like,
there's a new Mission Impossible coming out. I think, or a couple of new Mission Impossible.
There's going to be two. There's part one that's coming out soon, and then part two comes out next year. AKA ask for an absurd amount of money and hope they reject the offer. Oh, yeah, that could be. That very well could be.
Like, all right. Oh.
Well, and I saw a good review that I think encapsulated some of this, like the last movie and then the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and then especially, I guess, this one, which I'm surprised at. I think it's, like people are just falling so much into the CGI stuff and whatever. What was neat about Indiana Jones, whether it was Raiders of the Lost Ark or Last Crusade or, or Temple of Doom, like even Temple of Doom, it was about, like, it felt like you were going to a place, like you were going to these actual places. You were going to Venice. You were going to, like I said, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you're going into the Middle East. You're going to all these different, and you were, and they actually had to do, and they actually had to go to all these places. So it felt like you were on these travels and in all this stuff. And now people are saying, like, they do so much of this CGI and it feels like they're in a giant vault. Like, it just doesn't feel as real and doesn't have that feeling of going to a place. And I was like, that's an interesting way to quantify, like, what was neat. And Raiders of the Lost Ark is still probably one of the best movies.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, that's probably top 10. Evening Bevy. Kaya, good evening. How are you? Speaking of indie, I just picked up the trilogy plus the other movie for $20. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Blu-ray Debo, I'm assuming.
We finished watching The Boys, so we're all caught up.
Oh, you're all caught up
all through season 3. Yeah. Now we got
How was that? Explosive?
It was explosive. Yeah. Painful for some people.
Yeah. And speaking of terms of service,
we've got to we've got to probably here in a couple of weeks we'll get oh yeah,
God and her, and Homelander at the end. Like all his where people were still with him even though he's like murdering people right in front.
Oh yeah, that he's that guy. That's such a great acting in that.
Yeah.
And when those last battle scenes were going on, I was like, I don't know who I'm rooting for. I'm like, I don't like him because he does this. I don't like them because they do that. If this happens, it was like, which was I think kind of the genius of that in a way. I mean, unless you had somebody that you fully aligned with, which was fine.
That's right. Then who was the other guy that was in season 3? The guy that's in
Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, who's in the show that Rachel watched all of that, Supernatural or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Actor, yeah,
but yeah, no, he was good in that too.
It was very good.
I thought Maeve they actually had me there at the end of that.
Oh yeah, no, both Chris and I were like, we were a little sad.
I know
for Maeve
because she was starting to have a turn.
I know,
it was starting to be better. So. But yeah, the boys actors are handling the roles masterfully. I would agree.
They're all good. I mean, yeah, it's we've really enjoyed, and I think the fourth season's filmed already. I thought that there is gonna be a 4th season. It's filming completed. I don't know when it's coming out, but
because now you're wondering how much longer. What's his name has to look because they did the brain scan stuff, right? Isn't that
right? Yeah. No, he's. No, there was some.
I just couldn't get into that show. Oh, so you recognize that the acting is good, but you just still didn't like the show. I mean, that's fair. King of the Crystal Skull was kind of lacked. I do not like King of the Crystal Skull at all. That movie is a joke. that literally almost had a Fonzie jump the shark moment at the very beginning when, like, anyone that tries to defend Harrison Ford being in a refrigerator and a nuclear bomb going off and him flying thousands of yards and then landing is like getting out and being like Like I'm sorry. Those movies were always based in a little bit of like, that was what ground them, was like you had the supernatural tying into some sort of reality. Like, and that was just such like, they just got way too comic book stuff. Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy was good. There we go. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, he's always talking like this, Jensen Ackles. Like, I mean, he doesn't do it as much in that, but like in the other show. But yeah, that was good how they were trying to like play them all back and forth against each other.
Right.
And then,
You promised
then they're
this
like, oh, you're actually my dad, and like all that kind of thing. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, Dean on Supernatural. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dean, like I said, my wife watched was it 15 seasons or something like that? I caught some of those. Some of those, they did a neat stuff where it was like X-Files, where they like be a monster of the week thing. Like some of it was like, there was always this giant overarching story, but then sometimes they had like just like
there's a common thread thing.
Yeah, but then they had a monster of the week, and when I'd pop in on those, I was like, oh, this show's like fun. It's kind of ridiculous, but it was fun. They still like that show is like still so beloved that they have like conventions and stuff for the
Supernatural.
It's crazy.
Okay. I've never
great series.
Seen it.
Like I said, Old Lady Gamer. Yeah, like a lot of people just really love that show. Season 1 was Monster of the Week vibes. That one probably had more of them, but even throughout the like years, like because every once in a while, because like when my wife was watching, she'd watch 3, 4, 5, 6 of them sometimes like on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I'd pop in and out, and I'd lay down for a minute and I'd be like, oh, it's kind of you just kind of like it's a little entertaining. I think at some point in season 2 or 3, she was like, "Oh, do you want me to start?" I'm like, "No, it's okay. Like, I don't have time for 15 seasons. Like, I'll be happy just to like you can fill me in." I like the first couple of seasons, but the later ones just got bad. Okay, they got how you say bad. They like it?
Yeah. What do you think of this veggie boy? I like it.
So much water. At the end, it was more heaven and hell. Yeah, that is very true. As they got deeper and deeper into that, and like I said, how you learned a little bit more about the parents and all that stuff, and their monster ghost, all the demon hunting stuff that they did and everything else. It became more story arc driven after the yellow-eyed demon story wrapped up. See, you've already talked over my head.
The yellow-eyed demon.
That's right. Follow the yellow-eyed demon.
Follow the yellow-eyed demon. We're off to see the demon, the wonderful yellow-eyed demon. Follow the yellow-eyed demon. Because. Because of
the yellow-eyed demon, because.
Ooh, that does smell like lemonade.
Yeah, and then the little blackberry in there, too.
How do they put that in there?
How did they do
That's
it?
just water.
And for no calories.
Hey.
Is Harry Carey all of a sudden? Hi. You ever pretend you're a hot dog? I'd smother myself in relish and mustard. I'd be delicious.
Waterloo has done it again.
That one's almost has like a little Starburst quality to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. A little on the almost sweeter side. Mm-hmm. And I wanted that you were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you, but the second club soda, I agree with you, had almost like a citrusy quality.
There was something, and I'm sure
the more I tasted it, the more I was like, and I wasn't thinking about it, like trying to find it.
Yeah.
Also, I was like, what is? Oh, I was like, yeah, I think you're right.
Starburst, yeah, like there is like a little Starburst thing going on, Debo. Besides Supernatural, we watched Smallville. I never watched Smallville either, but I know a lot of people did like that. What do people think of have you seen that they have cast for the new Superman, but they're finally they're rebooting Superman again. DC can't get anything right, so they're bringing in James Gunn, who did well with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, okay.
He is now running all of the things at DC. So he is like literally like, all right, tear it to the ground. I'm starting over. Thankfully, other than I think they're going to make the Batman movie. Thank God.
More Batman,
but of the same, but at least.
Okay.
I need another one. I need at least one more of those. The other
I heard my friend at work, JJ.
Did you see the Batman?
He saw Flash. Was it Flash movie that?
Yeah.
Said? Okay. It's like multiverse stuff going on or something.
Multiverse stuff. They brought in a bunch of the other like old Batman. So like that only if Michael Keaton was in it, that'd be the only reason I even have a little bit of interest in that movie. I heard it was still kind of a crap show a little bit, but again, that was just word on the street. Smallville, Vampire Diaries, Bones, and NCIS. Bones was always pretty good too.
Who's going to be the new Superman then?
Some guy I had not heard of, but people seem to like the casting. The other one I think is the one who's going to play Lois Lane is the woman who's the marvelous Miss Maisel or something. Maisel.
Oh, that's
Maisel?
on Amazon too, right?
Yeah,
we could watch that.
I have not.
I don't know what it is.
I have not seen that, but like I said, everyone seemed to be like almost more excited about her casting than the other. Like that is perfect. I was like, okay,
wow,
like easy internet, settle down,
hey.
Settle down, internet.
It's Lois Lane. Come on,
yeah, it's Lois Lane, please. I mean, yeah. Henry Cavill was perfect as Superman. Like I said, the DC's probably, and I saw, and it's, I literally had said this, and a day later I saw someone else who was like reporting all this stuff, say the exact same thing. DC's problem is not casting. Their casting for the most part is pretty fantastic. Their writing and directing is shit. That's their problem. Is like the story, like, cause like there was nothing wrong with Henry Cavill as Superman. He was just in a bad movie that had like a lot of bad ideas. Some things like interesting and kind of good. Like I kind of like Man of Steel, but it's not. There's also a lot of like, unfortunate Zack Snyder stuff in there where he tried to make Superman brooding and kind of evil like Batman. And that's not what Superman is positive and force for good. Like that Superman is a different thing. Yeah. Like it's not like, so we don't need two Batman.
Yeah.
Mans? I don't know. The actor playing Superman going forward is a Jewish actor, and it's comic book accurate because John and Martha Kent are kind of, I did not know that. Had no idea.
Wow.
I just read about that the testing and stuff that they did. They actually like whoever like the last 2 or 3 that they were down to. They brought him in and did full suit and like make like so they were like full on tested. That'd be neat to even just get to that close. Or you're like, man, I got to put the suit on. That'd be kind of cool. I'd be down with that. Unless they were sharing the same suit between all of them. Like, this guy was out in the hot sun. Yeah, can we rinse this out? Thing is, if Kal-El is an alien, how could Superman be Jewish? Well, I mean, the Jewish is just how you raise, right? That's kind of like how you raise. You raise someone into that.
Planet Houston,
exactly. I don't know. I never read those. I didn't go that deep into the comic books, Kaya.
Well, I think at least we're hydrated.
Funny, she doesn't look Jewish.
To begin
a Jewish princess.
Jewish princess.
Funny, she doesn't look Jewish. Yeah, we are very hydrated. So hydrated, we'll be spinning.
I'm looking. Though it was, we were going to do this last week.
Yep.
Had to push it back.
Yeah.
It just built the anticipation. Very, very. Hopefully, this will be good. I don't know though. I'm worried for you. I'm concerned for you.
I'm worried for you. Well, thankfully, we brought grapefruit to the party, which is your favorite fruit of all time, apparently. This is like the only thing. Not religious-wise, like ethnically Jewish. Hold on, let me go back to read this. Well, I mean, they were trying to hide. Like, I mean, I don't know what kind of weird like road you want to go down here, but like I said, like if they were trying to actually hide, they were going to say that then their child is that. That's like, so he's not actually. And so that's how that stuff works. Also, comic books.
Some deep pondering.
Also, comic books. Just let it be. Don't go too far. We had like a crazy conversation in chat the other day about like a movie scene, and it like started going way too far. Like I was like, okay, settle down. Like it was one of those things like, okay, you guys are overlooking the point of like this other thing, and like turned into.
You had to moderate.
I did a little bit. Like I was partially at the middle of the firestorm because I was trying to make a point, and then like everyone else was just like grabbing like other. I was like, no, you guys are looking at all the stuff around it. Just focus on this one thing, and tell me if you think this is X, Y, and Z. And then be like, and then it turned into, well, but what they should have done was they should have had this person. I said, nope. The way that it's done, let's just talk about the way that
it's not going to come back up here.
I don't think so.
There are some embers.
Only if Cultist comes in the chat, because we were the two main ones kind of against each other.
There are some embers glowing here.
Comic book logic. Sorry, digging into conversations and get super hyper. Oh, no, it's totally fine, Kai. I was just kind of like, it's just one of those things.
I like it.
Most of that stuff is usually pretty easy to just kind of, and again, like I said, he's canonically that because he was raised as that, and then also because they were probably trying to hide his identity. So then they're going to say that, so that's why it's like he probably just thought of himself as that because, even though he was an alien. And who knows? I mean, I don't know if it could be on other alien worlds. I don't know how that works.
Jewish people on another planet?
Yeah. Why couldn't that
creatures?
Be? Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. I get it. I see.
That's
I think.
totally an option. Not everything only is on planet Earth.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Very true.
So we're going to try the Amaro. So this is going to be another kind of like dual podcast thing a little bit, or like,
I like it.
combined into one.
Yeah, it's going to follow up the one that just went up.
That we just went up, yep.
That had, we had the spirit, the alcohol, and then made a drink with it. And we're going to do the same sort of thing today here at About Beverages. I'm Keith. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. We almost had it again. Yeah. So we'll try the Amaro.
Yep.
We'll try that straight.
Yep.
See if I can make it through.
Then we're going to make a drink.
And then we will make a drink, which I'm actually excited for, which is going to involve agave syrup, which I actually had to put together. Grapefruits that you brought over, a little bit of the club sodas that we just tried.
Club soda.
Tequila.
Or maybe one with each. Yeah.
Tequila. And then Amaro.
Yep. I think we may have said Amaro already, but I'm not sure. Maybe it didn't say Amaro.
No. All right.
But anyway, HJ's in the house.
HJ is in the house. All right.
Welcome.
Let's do that. And then let's
go get, should we get that today or should we get it tomorrow?
Oh my God, what have you done? All right. I'll be right back. The real question is, did No Merlot actually play?
Did it play?
Did it play while we were gone? Because you know full well how that works sometimes. Sugar fire does not sometimes work effectively. So you tell me, did it actually play? Let's see. It attempted to. It attempted to, at least.
Okay.
I thought it was a lemon drop, but it was tequila. No, it is. Yeah, lemon drop. Yeah, this is completely different than that. That is one of my wife's probably go-to favorite drinks.
Worse than that time I was stuck
Sushi's favorite.
at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Robert Loggia.
Can you spell that for me?
I'll hit you up on it then, Guardian Down. This is done.
Loggia. R as in Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. B as in, by God, that's Robert Loggia. E as in, everybody loves Robert Loggia. R as in, Robert Loggia. T as in, Tim, look over there.
Tim,
Robert
look over
Loggia.
there.
Space. L as in, look, it's Robert Loggia.
Sushi. Thank you for that alert. I appreciate that. Did not play. No one heard it. Okay, let's see if we can do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Or not. Try again. There we go.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot!
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
I like the question, like right after that. He's like, do you have like, because he's like, he has like some medication. Or he's like, do you have that? And he just shakes his pocket, and you can hear the pills shaking.
Oh, probably because he's concerned about his
I don't
response about the Merlot.
Yeah, I don't know if he asked him if he has Xanax or something like that or whatever. You just hear him just like shake his pocket. Like, it's pretty funny. That is a good movie. All right. We're going to do a podcast, shockingly enough. So don't use any more channel points unless you want to not hear them because it's turned off. I tried it too. It said out of stock. Oh, maybe that's what was happening then. It got a little bit. Well, it is back in stock now, at least for the moment.
What is back in stock?
I'm assuming the alert that we just.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, it actually says out of stock.
No, I don't think so. I don't know what it says. But yeah, we are going to do a podcast. Like I said, it's going to be kind of a two-parter,
right.
a bit of a two-parter. Why is it a two-parter?
Because we are going to try this particular aperitivo for the first time, and then we're going to make a mixed drink or cocktail with said aperitivo. So that's why it's going to be a little bit of a two-parter again. Kind of like what we did last time.
I was going to say, yeah, we did this a couple weeks ago when we tried the Probitas. We tried the rum, and then we made a classic daiquiri, which went very well. That it was quite delicious. I made several more later.
All those limes, you said they were gone.
They're gone. Yeah, I maybe have one. I don't know if I even have one left. But yeah, they were, like you said, they were the juiciest limes ever. Like every lime made another complete drink. It was great. Because I doubled the recipe anytime I was making one for myself. So I wasn't just going to make
Might
this.
as well. Just,
yeah. I'm alone. I'm home. I'm sad. That's when you double your drinks when you're sad. Isn't that how that works? Oh. So last time we had an Italian bitter, I think it made me a little bitter.
It did make you bitter. You are jaded.
I was a little bit jaded. But you've told me, you said, let's give this another chance. I found something different. This is from our local favorite Trader Joe's
Of course.
store. This is, of course.
Where else?
We're going to try another Italian bitter Amaro, specifically, right?
Well, Amaro is
that just
means
the
bitter.
Is that just the overarching
it's
thing?
the overarching umbrella, so to speak.
So if you're making a bitter and you're in Italy and you're Trader Jose's.
Trader Joe's.
Oh, not Jose. No, Josefina?
Giotto, I think, is what they used to use.
I was say, what did they used to use
Yeah,
for that?
I don't know if they still do that or not, but that's what they used to say, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you're making a bitter, you're in Italy.
Yes.
you're going to make something, then you make a bitter, it's Amaro.
Well, no,
Just how
so
it works?
Amaro means bitter.
But it's Italian
but
for
then
bitter.
you can make, yes, you can.
So what
but
do the
you'll-
Germans call it?
So
Do the
like
Germans call it Amaro?
Campari
I don't do
is
I
is
disagree
their
with this.
version of a bitter.
Giuseppe, there we go.
There you
That
go.
was what.
Campari is a version of a bitter. Pronto is a version of a bitter. They're all Amaro.
So if you went so if you went to somewhere else and said I want a Pronto, they would know what that means?
Probably not unless they're familiar with Trader Joe's. This is so like a lot of those, if you looked at some of those recipes, they had like Amaro Nonino, and there were all these different names.
Montenegro Amaro.
Montenegro, yeah,
Which is actually technically what we're making.
There's all these like different names. So like everybody has their own, it's like saying whiskey. And so you have, Buffalo Trace whiskey, and you have, and that's not even, so then that's even more specific, but yeah, it's a generic term, and if you want to make an Amaro,
Well, whiskey's pretty generic.
You may have, right, but you have an Amaro that is made by your particular company. This particular company makes an Amaro, and they mix it. Aperol is an Amaro, Campari is an Amaro, this Pronto is an Amaro, Nonino is an Amaro. They're all that more bigger term. That all of those,
okay.
yeah.
But Campari is only made by one person.
Campari is an Amaro, or made by Campari. Yeah,
Is Campari the name of the company?
I think it might be. We didn't understand that. I didn't understand that.
No,
at
I
the
did
time.
not either.
That's
why I was like, can we have other Camparis? You're
Right,
like, nope,
and
it's
that's
only
what we were
Campari.
saying. So yeah, and that's kind of started to crystallize a little bit for me there, where it was like, that explains why nobody else makes Campari, because it's the company Campari making their Amaro.
Okay. So is Aperol an Amaro?
Yes. It's
Okay.
on the lighter end of the spectrum.
Okay. I think I'm getting some of this.
Is any of this usable, or do we have to start over?
I think some of this. I like that. I like that I've learned something
You'll
here
have to
though from
edit
this
in there.
conversation. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's usable.
Yeah.
But that is at least something though that okay, that makes sense now. Okay. So
Yeah.
you can.
I know that's what I.
So you can like other Amaros and use them in a Negroni or something. You don't have to use Campari. You could use other things that are
Correct.
still the bittering. But then
Correct.
you could see, this is what we were
There
looking
we
for
go.
last
This
time
is
we
what
did
yes,
this.
now we're trying to figure this out here.
Oh my
Yeah, you
God.
could. Yeah, it's on the. You can use some that are on the lighter side, the heavier side. They all use different herbs, different mixes to come up with their particular Amaro.
Okay.
I know.
That was a lot. That was a lot. I think I need some Amaro to water down this conversation.
We're both bitter now.
Yeah. I am honestly a little scared though, because last time we had Campari, which I have now just learned after much conversation is an Amaro.
Is an Amaro.
Is an Amaro. That one was a little on the almost a little too bitter side.
Yes.
I made a face.
Yeah.
When we put it in a Negroni, I still made kind of part of that face, but not the whole thing.
Yeah.
I like the Boulevardier a little better.
Because the bourbon sort of evened that out.
Bourbon was a
more.
little more powerful than the
Yes.
gin, as much as I love gin.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. We've got another one that we're going to try today. I'm excited to do something different and to experience this, because like we always, who was it? Eric always used to say,
Right.
try something twice.
Try twice.
So we're going to kind of try something twice. The only thing I'm even more scared about is when I've looked at a couple reviews, they said this was even a little more bitter than
Oh
Campari.
man, maybe it goes over the edge into
good-
where it needs to,
It
into
could
goodness.
be. It could be
Over
like
the edge
how
into goodness.
It could be like how comedy is, where it's like it's funny, now it's not funny, now it's not even funny at all, and then it gets hilarious again.
Yes.
So we'll hope that happens today, and we'll also be making a delicious, hopefully, cocktail for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Pronto Amaro from Trader Joe's.
Yeah. I am glad that I finally, like I said, we had a quick conversation. If you watched any of the live show on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, and it finally crystallized in my head what is going on with this particular liqueur. I guess
In that you
say,
could
right?
like Amaro and still not like Campari.
Right.
you
Because that
could
is just,
Amaro.
that is the lesser segment.
Yes.
That's like
Yes.
saying, well, I like whiskey, but I don't like whatever. Like I said, Jack
Fill in the blank.
Daniels.
Yes.
Although
Right.
that gets into another thing.
Yeah.
Anyway. So
In general, yes.
So we are going to go for we are going to taste it.
Yep.
Straight out of the bottle. 24% alcohol in this. What is the price on this?
$10.99.
So that is the intriguing proposition, which again, I did look at some different reviews and things. Because normally if you actually buy Campari, which is obviously one of the more popular ones, if you're making Negronis, Boulevardiers, all these kind of things, that one's usually in the 20s.
That would, yeah. And it just, well, at least at the store, it just went up. It's like 28 or 29. And then like Aperol, which you'll hear like an Aperol Spritz, or it may be Aperol. I'm not sure. Correct me if someone would like to, and that's fine. Either one works. I think you know what I'm getting at. That supposedly is on the lighter side, and that's 28. I almost invested in some of that so that we can make a paper plane, which has that and this and a type of Amaro of your choosing. So
anyway, I am excited to try something different. I'm also frightened all at the same time. But then we are going to make a mixed beverage, like I said, which is a Montenegro
Paloma.
Okay.
Yes.
Which you pretty much demanded because you said grapefruit juice is the only thing that I will use in a cocktail.
Well, we had a few different. Actually, this has been built up because we had to put this off a week, but there were a lot of different choices out there, and you can make this as simple as you want with this. People do drink this straight, and you can just mix it with some sparkling water. Or sparkling wine. You can mix it with bourbon. There's a lot of different ways you could go about it. So after much discussion, that was the one we landed on. So
okay, I'm very excited. It's a little more complex than
Yep.
some of the other ones we've done. All right, color is what you would expect, at least for me,
Reddish.
from what I have seen.
Yeah,
reddish, maybe even a little darker than what.
Reddish brown. Not really brown. No, you're right. More like ruby, actually.
Yeah, I would say ruby. Yeah, for sure. To the aroma?
Yes.
Bree, how's it going? Good to see you. Sorry, I wanted to get to a mild break after all of the weirdness that was going on there. It's good to see you. I don't like either. I like JD either. Easy. Gosh, exactly. Yeah, Jack Daniel's not for me.
I read it was like HJ was giving me lines there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut that in there.
You can like Amaro and still hate Campari.
There you go.
He was feeding it to you from the side. He had cue cards all of a sudden.
Right.
Brilliant. Don't know how it's pronounced, but Aperol is tasty. Yeah, like I said, again, all of those. And Aperol falls under the Amaro headline, like I said. So this is what's interesting to me. Finally, it's like you can put a different Amaro of your choosing in there.
Yes.
And go for that. But yeah, Jack Daniel's, Brie, like the only one that would be interesting for you, maybe, is there are a couple like super like higher end like Jack Daniel's stuff, like where they do some single barrel things, and those aren't too bad. Good chilling, sipping wine before I pass out here shortly. Well, I appreciate you coming in though.
We'll have to give.
Glad I could help you.
Yeah, give HJ credit there. A little writing credit at the end of the show.
My boyfriend likes Gentleman Jack. Gentleman Jack was always one that was. I have not had that one in a very long time. Like I said, maybe. Like I said, and not that one in particular. There are some single barrel select, and then the one that's really hard to find. Like if you ever find a bottle of it, we'd have to have a conversation about how you'd get me one of them. But yeah, there are single barrel proof ryes. If you ever see one of those, they're probably around 80 or 90, but like they're not cheap. That is probably one of the most delicious like whiskeys I've ever had.
Treat yourself.
And treat yourself, exactly. So that might be one. That might be a good thing for your boyfriend, maybe sometime like on like a holiday or something like that, if they want to experience the stronger things in life. Besides you.
How strong
Nailed
other
it.
things keep shining through.
Bottle and Bond triple mash are good too. I don't know if I've had the. I look tomorrow at the ABC store. It's refill day tomorrow, and yeah, pick something up before I visit him next week. Oh, nice. Yeah, if you happen to see that one, you can torture me with a picture of it because yeah, that is. And I think it just started showing up on shelves in the last 2-3 weeks, maybe something like that. But yeah, that's one of their high end ones. It's a little harder to find. Bree, what are you doing?
Oh wow.
Hey, what's happening, Norm?
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
Oh, you mixed
If you do 5, you get a different one. Good randoms. Bree, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs to Goocher, Crocodile, Sailor, Dekrill, and Trignus. That is very, very kind. Those are some good randoms. Good seeing Sailor get in there. Goocher, Crocodile, I love that. Love seeing people that are hanging out in chat, getting a sub. Bree, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's fantastic. You may have tried triple mash over here. Okay, if you have it, then I have probably tried it. Oh, you're going for mash?
Mash. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my single mash.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. We've been kind of smelling back and forth here, but I feel my original sniff is still the same one I'm thinking of. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Dirty dill pickle.
Dill. I was gonna say dill.
Dirty dill pickle.
I was gonna say
like
dill.
There's a little something.
Some
something
grainy, and maybe a little fennel.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of that. Maybe that's what's making me think of that too. But yeah.
Dirty dill.
There's probably
pickle.
a little orange. Like it's probably a little orange zest in there. Dill. And like I said, yeah, like it smells like exactly.
Spicy pickle monster has been released from Prairie. I don't know if you saw that.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay, those are always good. Yeah, I don't know about this. I don't exactly remember how the Campari smelled, but yeah, like I this is slightly
It
more
smelled
interesting.
red. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. They've like I said this. There's something in there that's like a little dusty or musty, like something like that. That's why I said the dirty dill pickle. But yeah, dill, a little fennel. And
Maybe we might have to
like
rethink our
orange
drink choice and just make the
and
make the Manhattan riff.
Exactly, maybe. All right, you ready for the taste?
I'm ready.
Okay. Oh no, dill? Yeah, they've done that dill dirty.
Dirty dill.
I do get a little more citrus in it the more I keep smelling it though too. But like I said, the initial hit was like
no, I definitely agree on the dill.
No. Hey, look it. It's dirty dill.
Dirty dill,
Dirty
and
dill.
it's in your drink. Oh.
Campari, Amaro, Aperol, Live Voltage, Aperol, Pronto.
Afternoon, everybody. What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Guardian Down, thank you for the gifted sub to Spicy Pickle Juice.
Pickle juices.
Spicy pickle juices. Yeah, I don't know if the aroma, that might not sound exciting to some, but at least was a little more interesting than I remembered the other one to be. This is supposed to help you digest. It's supposed to help you forget that you had good flavors a minute ago, and now you have something in your mouth that tastes like shit.
So this
that's
says,
what apparently Amaro is.
The label on this one says aperitivo, which usually then that's you're having that before you eat.
Oh, okay.
Digestive is what is supposed to help you. You've just had this big heavy meal.
Oh.
Some of the reading that I did,
Amaro there says
mention
digestive
as a
Wikipedia.
digestive.
Okay,
So
interesting.
I'm guessing it could probably be both somehow.
First drop of alcohol hits their lips and the wheels come off. Exactly. It's a skull.
This is a $10.99 at your, well, at least in our area of the country, at your local Trader Joe's. The price might change sometimes depending on where you're at. They can be a little different.
$10.99 compared to if you're interested in this kind of, like I said, this liqueur, which like I said, it mostly usually with a drink, or someone will do club soda, and they probably would do something like that too. But yeah, like I said, comparatively to other things, priced quite a bit more.
Yep.
My favorite beverage bros, Cope. It's good to see you. How are you?
Cope's in the house.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. You've had a couple sips already.
Doing all right, Cope. Doing all right. We're
diving back into the world of Amaro.
Driving back into the world of Amaro, and then gonna make a mixed drink after
Amaro.
this.
Yep.
Amaro. Molto bene. Still don't know if I'm a fan of this type of beverage, but I know I like this one better because you can see I did not make a face right away.
Well, and you actually had a couple of sips.
I have had several sips. I get more citrus, orange, like orange peel, and like that. Maybe it's kind of like I said, the bitterness is there, which there's still quite a bit, which is almost weird to say because the bitterness I'm talking about is not like at the back where normally you would get bitterness.
Right.
It's middle of my tongue is like this really hard. So it's almost like you're getting the pith from like an orange peel or something like that. So you're getting that kind of bitterness. It's not bad. It's fairly smooth. It's still not something I would, drink like this in any way or think to just put this with some club soda. But I am interested to see how this one, since it's a little more citrus forward, I feel, is going to pair well with the drink that we're going to have.
I get a little bit of like a mint as well.
I can see that.
It's almost oddly refreshing. Not refreshing. It freshens your mouth almost. It's
like
not
a spearmint kind of thing, like where it's kind of cooling.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a little bit of that. I must kind of like these types of things. I definitely like this better than the Campari though.
Okay. You seem to be okay with the Campari though.
I was fine with that, but I like this better. This is something I'm like, ooh, okay. I wonder how this would pair with and mix in some of the other things. Whereas the Campari, I was kind of like, it's fine with that. And I do like the Negroni, so I would drink that. But no, this is intriguing.
Yeah, I'm going to be intrigued to see how this mixes with the others. So should we make a mixed beverage?
Let's make a drink.
All right, let's go make the Montenegro Paloma. That's the word I keep almost forgetting. All right. Yeah. This is definitely it's so funny. It's dill pickle. It's still like dill.
The dirty dill.
I'll take a dill pickle and orange juice, please.
Montenegro
kind of what this
Paloma. I don't know why.
Does it just hold the picture there and not the recipe?
No, it's you just have to tap it to do a double tap.
Do it right.
I don't know where the Montenegro.
What is the Montenegro specifically? Is that what you're looking up?
Oh, okay. It's Amaro Montenegro, so a type of Amaro.
Right. So but what does Montenegro bring? Like, does it say?
I want to whip up a
Pickle OJ? No, I know exactly. It's a little bit of that. But the drink we're about to make, which we'll talk a little bit more like once we actually bring it back in here, it's going to be grapefruit juice, freshly squeezed grapefruit juice,
of course,
tequila, agave syrup, and this. And let's see, what are the parts? Is it fairly equal? 1.5 ounces of tequila, 3/4 of an ounce of this, so basically half the amount of this. 1/4 ounce of agave syrup. There's barely any of that in there. Ounce of grapefruit juice and an ounce of club soda. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that should be interesting. We tried earlier, if you missed at the beginning of the show, anyone that just came in, we actually tried club sodas. Keith bought 2 different club sodas at the beginning. One of them being around $2 or $2.50, let's say. The other one being over $4, $4.50, $4.70, to see if there was any kind of a difference. And there actually was quite a bit of a difference. I don't know how much that will play into the beverage. But
if you want to make 2.
You can if you want.
So
I'm sure we have enough grapefruit juice.
I hope so. Hopefully these grapefruits yield their weight.
If they yield less than the limes,
then wow, those limes were amazing. Or the grapefruit is very disappointing.
My plums. Sounds better, yes. Yes, it does sound a little bit better, doesn't it, at least? It looks very refreshing, too, so I'm hoping it'll be good. I mean, I love Paloma. I like that. What was the one? What was it called? Something different when it had mezcal in it, or a little bit.
Yeah,
in there?
smoky Paloma or something.
Yeah. Smoke on the Paloma. Wasn't that the
Smoke
song by?
Smoke on the Paloma.
That was by Deep Purple, wasn't it? It was off there in Rock Out. No, that wasn't off in Rock. That wasn't off of.
You still don't make the most receptive face when you drink it.
Well, I like the first 3/4.
That's kind of, you said there was something about the Campari too. Maybe it was just the first third.
It's the first like 3/4. I'm like, oh, it's citrus and it's a little this, and I get a little of the mint that you're talking about, and then just when it comes back forward, like the finish is just still kind of gross.
Okay.
Like just because it's so.
How's the finish,
so
veggie
bitter,
boy?
It's gross. It's a little dirty. Finish it, suffer. I don't have much left in here. I'll do that just for you. The finish is almost like it's like medicinal, bitter. Like it's just. Yeah, the mintiness. Yeah, that mintiness seems to come through a little bit more as you do that. But yeah, there's something. I think my tongue may have become numb at this point.
Well, we got to go make a drink.
I can't talk. I can't say anything.
I'm aware of my tongue.
I am aware of my tongue. All right, should we go make a drink?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do that. Let's go make a beverage. Let's see how much better we can make
no channel
this Amaro
redemptions,
taste.
right? Because nothing will happen. No point redemptions. Or will you? Are you
I guess they
change
didn't.
it?
I guess they didn't show up before anyway.
Okay.
I'll turn them back on now, but it doesn't went. Bree, Nine, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for the subs too. That was super
Yes,
nice.
that was
Appreciate
very,
that.
Very,
That
very
was
generous.
Very,
Thank
very
you, Bree.
kind. Always good to see you. Let me know if you find anything delicious at that ABC store. We'll have to talk.
Easy as 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. That's what they say. All right. We'll be right back.
So we actually should call this the Pronto Paloma
It's actually not bad.
because it's the Pronto Amaro. So
That is
supposed
probably
to-
what we
we
should
are
be
not
calling
using
them.
Montenegro. We're using
Montenegro.
Pronto Paloma.
Guardian down. How do you come up? We heard it just as we were starting to make the drink, and Keith was like, "Oh my god."
Oh, Guardian.
Guardian down. Thank you for the
Yes.
gifted sub to Pickle Juice on You.
And these names actually are out there and they exist.
I know. Pickle Juice on You.
Gin and bitters, please.
Okay. All right, let's
Eric Finch.
come back to the
Okay.
drink here. You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Actually, if you want to literally start with what you just said when we came back,
Oh, okay, sure.
that would be perfect.
So actually, we should call this the Pronto Paloma.
That
not,
would- that
not
would-
Montenegro Paloma.
That would honestly make more sense because this is not made with that Amaro, but this is made with the
the Pronto Amaro.
the Pronto Amaro.
This Amaro is very new.
This is very
And
new.
and actually too, we follow. There's a recipe that we'll have a link to.
Yeah.
But we didn't follow it completely. One thing that's missing is the garnish. We just didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
The other thing is instead of reposado tequila, we used añejo.
Yes.
So maybe that does make this the Pronto, and as opposed to the that's another reason.
We will
It's
find
that.
out.
So
Keith better than you.
wow.
Wow.
Thursday guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
That one's actually mine. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Guardian down. Thank you for the Keith better than you gifted sub. Appreciate it. Don't do another one. I'm turning off the podcast. It's turning off for a minute so we can finish this. You can do it if you want, but you won't get the fanfare. That's all I'm saying. Good night, Bevy Brothers.
And
Guardian down,
spent.
thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm done.
Good night, Guardian.
down.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the
Thanks
gifted
for the
subs. Good sir.
generosity as always.
I'm sure I will see you
And the
tomorrow.
laughs.
Actually, was it today or is it tomorrow? Guardian Down had a job interview going on. I can't remember which day it was. I hope it went well.
Well, either good luck or I hope it went well.
Yeah, both of those things. I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh, I can't remember if he said Thursday or Friday. I hope it went well. Or if it hasn't happened yet, I wish you
Yeah.
good luck and I'll give you good
And then
thoughts.
when you're watching this in the future, I hope it went well.
Yeah, exactly.
either way.
all of those things.
All of those things.
The recipe that we're using is from Food and Wine Magazine specifically. Like you just said, we will have a link to that. But for the quick rundown on this recipe, it's 1.5 ounces of Reposado tequila. But again, you just mentioned we switched it out for Añejo because we have the Trader Joe's Añejo still left. So
Right.
that kind of tied into the Pronto that we had going on right now, which is
Sure.
also from Trader Joe's. 3/4 of an ounce of the Amaro, like I said, I just talked about. 1/4 ounce agave syrup, which is just like if you make simple syrup, it's a 50-50 blend of agave nectar and water. Kind of melt, just kind of infuse those together. Ounce of grapefruit juice, ounce of club soda, and then the wedges if you choose to do so. The club soda we picked from when we tried it earlier. If you were here for the live podcast, the live podcast show on Twitch. Which one was it that we picked?
The Q.
The Q. It actually was. It's called
I
the
think
Q.
it's called the Q.
Oh,
The
okay.
one with, what was it? Extreme carbonation.
And had Himalayan salt.
And Himalayan salt.
So we went
That's
with
right.
that one.
So
Looks delicious. Looks like a slightly pinker grapefruit.
yeah.
This is what we've got going on here.
All right. Cheers. Oh, we're going to smell it first?
I was just seeing if I could smell
I guess.
too much.
Yeah,
in
that's true. Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
The Amaro's coming through. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely, I'm getting a little bit of that coming through. Yeah, let's just go to the taste. I think that's the
I'm
real
not
way
really
to do
getting a
it.
ton, so
No.
okay.
All right.
I'm gonna get that because you float the club soda on top.
That's
there.
correct,
So sometimes that if you don't have it, it did not say to mix it, but I would probably be more inclined to mix it.
I would be too. I always think that's kind of weird. Like for me, if I was actually making this, I would have put the ice in the glass, the club soda in, and then poured the drink on top.
That's what it should have been.
I think that's
what we should have done, that reverse order.
Yeah.
Because then it would kind of self blend.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the other things are heavier
We like
than the water. So
self-blending.
that's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Today wasn't too excited about potential long term. Oh, I'm sorry about that. They're probably excited about you though, because you're awesome. But you can probably be like, "You are not my cup of tea." You can just walk away. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, I need to make like 3 more of these, and then I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. To be continued.
Continued.
Well, I learned 3 new signs.
Oh yeah,
Baseball,
I would hope so.
football.
Oh, and that's funny because you always see them on the field, and it's usually huddle up. Let's get like when you always
He
see them.
said football and then basketball. Almost like you're about to pass. That's what I thought it was. But
wouldn't
like
that be
basketball.
funny if basketball is actually?
Yeah.
You pushing me? No, basketball.
Well, one day I asked him.
So you said football.
Football.
I guess how else would you like do like anything else would
Yeah.
it be right? Okay, all right.
Almost like you're holding it, like you're going to throw it or something.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
And one day I was like, "How do you say it?" I said, "Fish." Do you say fish? And he's like, "Fish." So I was like, "Okay, that makes sense."
Do you have a game every day? Is like to see if I can guess one sign.
When he's and actually he's been putting in our huddle notes, our communication notes, he's been putting the signs for different words that help out around the store.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so we're all learning a little bit. But he's a big sports fan, so
that's cool.
I want to know how to talk.
Okay,
baseball.
I've got one for you though.
What?
And if you probably don't know because you didn't say what it was. If I'd like to ask, what's hockey?
Yeah, we didn't ask.
Okay,
We didn't ask.
can you ask that one? I'd like to know what that is.
Okay, I'll ask him about hockey.
Because that one it could be also golf. Like so, I feel there
Yeah.
has to be something different. Because I was about to go like that, and I was like, well, that could be golf. Though,
It could be fishing.
Yeah. Well, that's high sticking. If you're doing that, that's high sticking at that point. I mean, because they just had the draft, so that's why it was on my mind.
Yeah.
Blackhawks had the number 1 pick.
Oh, I heard that.
They picked their generational player. I got to go get my Bedard jersey. Are you ready? Do you have
I am.
thoughts?
Yeah,
You
I
think
do.
you think you got some?
I do. No,
Okay.
I do. I have some thoughts.
Okay.
I have some thoughts.
I have some thoughts.
The Amaro comes through.
It does.
Not in a bad way.
I would agree.
There's the grapefruit is there, but I think it's secondary. I almost think there's too much going on in there. Personally, I like it. I like the flavors. I get the grapefruit, get the Amaro.
It's not harmonious to me.
Just not enough comes through. It's not enough of a blend of flavors, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not really brought together. Like
Yeah, it doesn't make it
every sip. I
cohesive.
almost get, and not in a good way. Like I almost get a bunch of different flavor. Like where it's like, and again, I feel this was mixed very well. Like I said, but at the same time, like sometimes like,
Yeah.
oh, I get more grapefruit juice. Now I get more Amaro. Oh, and I'm kind of glad we actually did the Añejo tequila because it's kind of quiet in there. And
There's a
if
little
if
smokiness in there.
If it had
but-
been reposado, like it really would have been lost.
Yeah.
I feel, in my
Yeah.
opinion, but I could be wrong.
yeah, no,
That would
I
be
agree.
interesting. Mezcal in here instead.
Little, yeah, to add a.
But
kick
again, that would add another component, and that might be even too much more too crazy.
Yeah.
I think I really agree. I kind of like it, but yeah, it's a little. It's very uneven. It's not like a nice balanced drink. Like when we had the other, like I said, I know this is different things, but when we had the daiquiri the other week, where it was just like, oh, this is good. You can tell this is just that classic cocktail. It's just put together. Everything just fits.
Yep.
This one is just a little bit.
We felt that the other ingredients in the daiquiri filled in the gaps that the rum had and just made it one solid, delicious beverage. Whereas this it's like, ooh, I taste this. Oh, I taste that. I don't taste a drink. I taste some components in there, kind of, just fighting for my attention. So.
Doesn't mesh very well together.
Yeah.
It's interesting enough to me that, like, I know, because we found a bunch of different drinks with, Amaros in there. I would definitely want to try some of those. You mentioned, what was it, paper plane or something was the other one?
The paper plane, the busted pipe, which is essentially, it's taking out the sweet vermouth and putting in Amaro in a Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
I think 2/3 to 1/3, and that's what Fitz was saying. He's just, I think, been doing 2 to 1 in that, and just doing that straight like that. He's been doing all kinds of crazy mixes and things with it, and really enjoying it. I actually maybe like when we get maybe more into the fall, or if we need something, if we're looking for something, let's I think bring this back and experiment a little bit more.
Yeah, I definitely think this is worth revisiting, which I did not feel with the Campari. Like I'd be interested. Like so, at least that's a positive, I suppose.
That's true.
But yeah, I think this drink, like I said, and even though I was the one, because you had brought up a couple different, I was like, no, let's do this one. This one should be like, again, because I like Palomas as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's something about this was just not a little more on the uneven side.
Yep.
Kind of like our website AboutBeverages.com. You can find lots of things. Sometimes we like them, sometimes we don't. Sometimes the video is a little bit different. Sometimes the audio is a little different. I mean, we've got over a decade's worth of stuff. So if you really want to start at the beginning, you can see the trajectory of our show to the average thing that it is right now.
The arc
to average.
The arc of our show.
The arc of our show to average is what you can go see if you head over to our website AboutBeverages.com. And while you're there, check that kind of stuff out. If you only want the latest videos, YouTube is the place to go. And if you only want latest audio stuff, it's going to be those same things, but just without the video. You can go to any of your favorite podcasting sources, whether it's Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, or one of the other ones that you like. Just search for About Beverages, and hell, you might find us there.
Whoa. Okay.
Very possible. And while you're searching for that, there's probably going to be some other stuff sliding in there too, right?
Those social media things.
Social media
for us, the 3 pillars of social media, which are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we are about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages. And that's something we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific, give or take a few minutes. And of course, like I said, most, but not all. It's when we get together, we try some beverages, try some different things, hang out with everyone, chat, have some fun. And also throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what is going on in the gaming world, what he's going to be playing, and what beverages he will have at his side in his hand to keep him refreshed. So for all the latest said about beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. GG. Oh, Lady Gamer, have a great rest of your evening. Thank you very much. I appreciate plenty. Hi and goodbye. Have a wonderful rest of your evening as well. Thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out. Yeah, I definitely like this better than the Campari. Apparently, I should try Aperol.
On the lighter side, yeah, that's the big, and now I'm thinking, why didn't I try one of those when I was in Italy? Because that's the big
Aperol?
The Aperol Spritz is the big thing.
Did you not just walk into a place and go, give me your Amaro, motherfuckers?
No, I didn't try any of that. No, the Spritz, yeah, is a big, that's a big one in Europe. So
after your long bike ride, I need an Amaro right now.
Aperol Spritz. Maybe a little pinch of salt in there.
We already had extra salt from the. I'm glad we picked the other. Like this might have tasted like absolute trash if we'd used the other club soda.
If we didn't have that Himalayan salt in the club soda,
it could have been awful. Could have been absolutely disgusting. No, I like. Yeah, it's been a long time, and like it's probably slightly exaggeration, hyperbole, but it's been a long time since I've had a drink that felt like it was this kind of uncohesive. Like it just didn't feel like it came together. It feels like I poured each thing in this glass, kind of swirled it and handed it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like didn't actually give it like a full shake.
Mix,
yeah. Like that's what it tastes like. Because there's just so many times where it's like, oh, I'm getting a lot more of the grapefruit. Like for some reason that's overpowering now. Okay, now that the Amaro is kind of coming through a little more. Oh, now I do get a little bit of the tequila, and now I get just those things. I don't know. It's weird just not having them blend together where you get.
It's a little confusing too, because like with the daiquiri, that was something not that you would, but you could pound that.
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
refreshing. Something
And
like,
I did.
something like a Manhattan is a sipper
Mhm.
because you taste the alcohol. It's heavier. You're not going to just. But this is kind of like in the middle because I don't. It's not refreshing enough where I'm just like, oh my God, this is so
Correct.
But it's also not like one where I want to just like, I'm not going to just take a sip of it. And obviously it's on the rocks.
This one has a little bit more too, because you got the tequila that has alcohol in it, and obviously the Amaro has alcohol in it as well. And that's kind of the difference with the daiquiri compared to the Manhattan, because the daiquiri, the only thing has in it is the rum.
And that's why it's
yeah, and that's why that's like a delicious,
Right.
refreshing, like whatever. It's still some complexity there though too.
Oh yeah.
But and like I said, then the Manhattan, like it's all alcohol, like because obviously the sweet vermouth has alcohol, and like everything has
Right.
alcohol. I actually, because I bought when I was at Total Wine today, and I did buy I bought another bottle of Botanist, because that's still one of my one of the ones
Baker
I
brought
rotate
me
through.
over a bottle of that. I didn't mind finishing up my preeminence the other.
Just so you could get to the
Now
Botanist.
I can get to the
Now
Botanist.
you can actually get to the
Yeah,
Botanist.
that's right.
I bought that. I actually bought some Luxardo cherries,
Okay.
which I had never actually had a jar of those. I finally bought a jar of those, which those are more expensive than I realized. It was like I could buy a bottle
You should
of something.
compare. Do you have the other ones left still? The Amarenas?
I never got any of those.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. I thought
I've never seen any of those.
pocket stock. Well, you had them a long time ago. but
I've
not
tasted them.
yeah,
I've never
okay.
actually gotten a jar of my
Okay,
own to
all right.
consume.
All right.
Let's say, but
Should
I bought
compare
some of
them.
those because it was like $23 for that jar of
Holy crap.
the Luxardo ones. Yeah, I was like, I grabbed the jar, and I was like, oh, the Luxardo, like I've never got, like I was kind of just buying some stuff there today. Next, God, how's it going? And I was just like, oh, let me get some of those. Like I never have that garnish for my Manhattans. Like let me like start stocking up on some of the right stuff. And then I had taken like 10 steps, and I was like, was it 23?
Did that say 23?
Because they have a single, they have a 2-pack,
Okay.
and then they have a container. It looks like the caviar container from Frasier when they were like doing on the boat.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing the caviar. It's that big. And I was like, wait, that must have been for 2. And then I walked back. I was like, no, that one's 23. The double pack is 37. That container, $109.
It's a lot of Luxardo cherries. Okay.
They're delicious, but
We should compare them though. We should, because I have a jar of the Amarenas. I haven't opened it yet, but
we should do that on a podcast, because you could bring them over. I could blindfold myself. You could put them in my mouth. You could feed them to me. No? Okay. It was an
that'd be
idea.
a little weird.
Okay. My God.
But
For
I could-
science,
I
man.
think we could go, yeah. 50 Shades of Luxardo cherry.
I didn't say you had to do it like intimately.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
You didn't have to like drip it on my chin or
I
something.
wasn't sure what you were getting at there. All right,
You're
good.
like- and you could
Okay.
just,
Yeah.
are you going to give me the cherry?
Yeah.
Settle down.
Yeah.
But no, so I grabbed those, and I grabbed, like I said, because I needed it for martinis anyway. I need more sweet or dry vermouth. Sorry. So I got both of those things, and there have been a couple recipes lately that have had sweet and dry vermouth both in them. And I think then we had the other stuff too. So I'll send you some of those videos.
Okay.
So there might be some other, like, 'cause it seemed like, because we're building up a little bit of an extra kind of like, because we usually have the main bar thing, because we always have tequila. There's just like
Right.
one of us, between the two of us, we have those things. It's usually always the other little accoutrement, as they say, that we don't have. We're all of a sudden it's like, oh, do we want to buy this extra thing? Do we want to buy green chartreuse? Do we want to buy this thing?
Yeah.
It's a pricey cherry, but I would agree. No, I think they are fantastic. And there's a decent amount in there. Like, as long as you do them properly, where you just put like one per cocktail, like it's not like, oh, there's only 3.
Pour
in
them on
here.
your ice cream.
Oh God. That's the most expensive.
Those are Luxardo cherries.
expensive
Hey, I
ice
use those
cream
in a
ever.
smoothie.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So I made sure to put them behind the olives, because my son is always making smoothies. So that
Okay.
would be like literally my nightmare.
Dad,
it's
you got any more of those
I ran
cherries?
out of blueberries, so I saw I had these cherries in there, and I tried them. And like, owe me $25 for the cherries. Oh my God, that could very easily happen. But anyway, like I said, so definitely some mixed drinks in our future. What else might be in our future, you think, next week? Now, I laid it on earlier, so I've got the Jura 12-year.
Right.
I've got the Barrel Bourbon Vantage Edition, which
Oh,
is,
yeah, you
which
bought
is
that a
3
while
different
ago.
woods.
Yeah.
Right. I would be
Okay.
happy to open that
Okay.
to try and hopefully bring you back to that barrel actually makes good
Are
stuff.
we going
'Cause
to
it-
make, are we going to have are we going to continue with the theme? Cocktail?
Not with that. We're
No,
not.
okay, all right.
Not with that one. Well, so then, but speaking of that though, I did buy a Reposado tequila today as well. That's moderately priced. It was under $30. It was like 27 or 28. And that one I specifically bought because I've been saving little piece of information, and I verified it today that it is additive free.
Okay.
So that's something that's kind of a big deal. Like I said, it's a big deal in any kind of spirit world, but it's specifically with tequila, that seems to be a lot of what people are looking for. Because when people look at, Casa Amigos and a lot of those other ones, even though those are very highly purchased and sought after, the reason they are smooth and they taste like vanilla, it's because they don't actually taste like the real thing because they have additives in them. And like I said, tequila can still say 100% agave and still have up to 1% of caramel coloring, other extracts and other stuff.
So Casamigos bad?
Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
I would never purchase Casamigos.
Okay.
Like I said, again, I've purchased plenty of tequila, I'm sure, in the past, not knowing.
Yeah.
Now that it's one of those things, like now that you know, like now I'm going to try and be a better purchaser of that kind of stuff.
Is there a
Actually
mainstream tequila that's okay?
So Patron is actually additive free.
Okay.
Like I said, the one I bought today, which is El Teque, I'm going to pronounce it terribly, El Tequeño.
Okay.
That one is additive free. And then, Patron was. I was looking. There's basically there's a whole website you can go and you can look up a lot of this information. The distillers actually with this website actually have to reach out and have to go through a process. It's almost like kind of being organic certified. In a way.
You were saying that.
It's not quite. So I'm sure there are other ones not on this list that might also be additive free. They just have not gone through the process.
Certified.
Yeah, and it's not even like a full certification, but they've done like I said there's been this kind of outreach now where they're like, well, people want to know, so we're going to create this site, But there was an article in Forbes that kind of went through like these 8 major producers and under their brands, all the different additive free stuff. And like I said, so those are just some of the ones off the top of my head. But like I said, we can talk about that. But anyway, so I have that one too. That one I would be fine with if we want to make a mixed drink with. I didn't want to do that one today because I wanted to actually taste that one for a podcast and then go.
Okay.
But if we found another tequila, something that we wanted to do like before next week, I'd be down with that. If we want to continue some mixed drinks, because I love doing that. I think this is super fun. I like.
We can make this drink again.
No, no. I am honestly shocked that because when you came over and you're like, oh, I thought you had Reposado. I was like, oh, I just have this añejo that's open, and we kind of went back and forth for a second. And I was like, it'll probably be okay. We're already changed,
Do you think that would have made it smoother with it being a Reposado, and that would have been okay?
I don't know. In my head, I want some of the tequila to come through, and it barely comes through with the añejo. There's a little bit of that oaky and a little bit that but it's not that much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it would have even been, but maybe that would have, I don't know. You could be right. Like I said, maybe if that had been lessened, maybe things would have blended a little better. I like I said,
I don't know.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
But yeah, like I said, so if we can find, like I said, I'm sure there's probably another tequila cocktail out there.
We could probably find one.
Probably track one down.
Ooh, can you make the daiquiri with tequila? That's called a margarita, though, I think.
It would be. It literally. Well, that was why when we did. That's what's hilarious. That's actually hysterical. That was why when we did the daiquiri, and I was looking at the ingredients, I was like, "This is a margarita, but with rum."
Yep.
This is like. It's still delicious. I'm not against it. It became one of my favorite things for a little bit. I kind of had to slow down because I was like, I'm going to go through this whole bottle of rum, which I never have around. But yeah, like I said, I'd be happy to do that. You were saying for a starter, you kind of had an idea for because you had something. It's some peach sour.
It was a Trader Joe's kettle peach sour beer that we had for a brief period of time. So I mean, if you just for the heck of it, just to try it, have it. Yeah.
Kettle. So who made it?
It was what was it underneath? I think it was like their Campanology.
So it was a kettle sour, but it was
a
a peach.
Yeah.
Oh, who does the Campanology stuff?
Yeah, it's someplace in Wisconsin. We've looked that up before.
We have looked that up.
I believe that's who it is. I think it was Campanology. So, we could open with something like that.
Yeah, no, that would be.
Also, we were talking about doing the Sprite.
Oh yeah. So in a very interesting, I don't even know if I'd say turn of events, like I said, your son,
yes,
has a little cottage industry of
he likes to buy and sell on eBay,
which is awesome. Yes. I love the entrepreneurship that your son has.
Yes, he does.
But this one in particular is a So it's a cranberry Sprite.
Cranberry Sprite that was like a LeBron James thing a couple of years ago.
It sounds like maybe even more than that. I think this thing might be 3 or 4
I'm
years
not
old.
sure. Oh yeah, he did say it went back to maybe 2019.
So this soda is like 4 years old.
4 years
he
old.
He still has 4, 5?
At least 4, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
They
He just
sell,
sold one.
They sell for way more than you'd think on eBay.
Yeah.
But he was kind enough that he's like, hey, I had an idea. He's like, if you want one of these and you want to do a podcast on it,
So we thought,
I'll give you one.
Why not?
I was like, that actually sounds weird enough that I'm very interested in that. So we might have extremely old soda, but also a valuable soda.
which there'll be some for sale if you want.
Yeah, which when we finish with it, I don't know if you'd actually want to drink them anyway. We'll
just
find out.
Keep it. Yeah.
This is just his plan to poison his uncle and his dad. He's had it for a while now.
Especially if we open it, it doesn't make any sort of popping sound,
Better be
fizzing
a
sound.
fizz sound.
Yeah. We might not do it,
But yeah, so we do have that for next week. That'd be pretty funny. We could do that as
and
well.
a little earlier next week. So.
Yeah, so we were talking about if you guys are setting your clocks or anything like that, maybe kind of like
Putting
more
us on your calendars.
afternoon-ish stream, like
maybe
we say,
3:34 or something like that.
Yeah, like I said, we'll do that a little bit of an earlier stream next week, but we'll get that completely. Are you like off that day, or are you just like normally?
No, but I think I work
work
till 2.
I know why we were going to do it earlier, but I wasn't sure what time you worked till that day.
Yeah, no, take a look. That is the 6th. Yeah, I work till 2.
Okay.
So, yes, I can be over for 3:30. 4 o'clock start
maybe we
time,
do something like
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe we do something about like an hour and a half earlier.
That'd be
and
great
do
for
some stuff.
Cultus is in chat. It'll be earlier for him.
Yes, that actually would be. I bet he would appreciate that. I thought maybe he'd be excited enough because of all the water stuff we were doing today too. Because we were just trying to. We need to, at some point, like we need to also mix in some other like non-alcoholic things. I do get requests for that in chat besides Cultus that have talked about that.
But we started out with a barrage of non-alcohol.
That's true.
Today,
well, that was why I
we
thought
can
it
go
was
more
going to
fun.
be. There's going to be a little bit of everything there, I tell you. But all right, well, we're going to go say hi to Jav right now. He is playing some Diablo 4. Everyone here, I'm sure in chat, knows Jav. If you don't, when we go over there, make sure you hit the follow button because he is super nice. Usually does a lot of Destiny stuff as well. Like all of us, we've been kind of taking a little bit of a break from Destiny because there's not as much going on, but I'm sure he's still more than willing to help out with people if they need things here and there. But again, go over there and join him for some Diablo. He is super, super cool and always wonderful and very inviting of everyone that comes in. GG, y'all. Crocodile, thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody for coming in here. It was a great night, as always.
Right off the bat there. Thank
appreciate you
everybody.
guys so much. I will be back on again tomorrow, usual time, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock Eastern. You'll see this wonderful guy earlier next week, like at 3:34 o'clock.
Not even a week from now.
That's true.
Less than a week. Technically.
It's been less than a week since you've seen me now. But yeah, so like I said, let's go over and say hi to Jav, and I will see you guys all tomorrow evening. Let's make sure. Wait, did I get this right? Raid. Yep. And then we hit that. Then we hit that button right there. Did it work? Oh my God, it worked right there. Perfect. All right. I will see you guys all tomorrow.
All right, good night, everyone. Thank you very much. See you soon.
I found the button. All right. Good night, everybody.